guys. Trying to get my. Alright. So. The reason why it's listed as update and some sad news, I know I sound like shit. My allergies are messing with me horribly. Me's doing great. I got PT today at 12:30. So Saturday was awesome for the most part. All the way up until about 11:20ish, maybe 11:25. Things got out of hand. Not like fighting or anything like that. Things just got really, really creepy. You guys, I got goosebumps even just talking about it. Anytime I bring it up, my anxiety shoots through the roof because I know I panicked bad, and I know I was starting to get so paranoid because at that point in time I was intoxicated, and my paranoia gets the best of me when I drink and or if I'm high. I do it legally. Before anybody on here questions it. But anyways, I will say this: some things got pretty crazy. So Dylan was up sleeping on the couch because he had not slept all day, as you guys know. He had not slept all night. So, he was just really tired, and he couldn't function no more. So, when everybody got here, he went up and he took a nap. He was up there for a long time. He just wasn't feeling good. He was lightheaded. He was dizzy. So, I made him some pizza bites and gave him some water and let him sleep as much as he could. I will say this: before 11:37, it started out as a situation where we felt like somebody was breaking in. Which I think it's possible. It is very possible that somebody could have. You know, the world we live in nowadays, my aunt and my uncle will forever think that this neighborhood is safe. And I'm not going to say that they're not right on that, but my ex-girlfriend's car was broken into the day after my birthday. Literally right out here on the side of the house. Like, they go to bed every night. And they don't lock up. And it's like, they think that nothing bad's gonna happen. And it's like, it's one of those situations where, like, what would have I have done if my one friend wouldn't have went up to check on Dylan? Justin went up and checked on Dylan and seen a shadow of a human in the window. Now, we also leave our curtains open upstairs. That is why that curtain stays that way, even during the day. I don't like the feeling, because especially since my back's towards it, I don't personally like the feeling of somebody could be standing there. I mean, yeah, I can see the reflection in the window, or from the window in my TV, depending on the darkness of the background of my screen. But I don't like the feeling of having my back to this and a possibility of being able to see something. So I keep it, I would rather keep it closed and see something during the day, lurking in the window. I'm not feeling safe, and I had a really bad nights of sleep Saturday night because of it. Things from there got a little crazy. Now, some of my family doesn't know this, but after that had passed, things got crazy on the inside of the house. After everybody had finally settled down, it happened again. Kate was freaking out. Justin and Jaden were about to fucking cry. So, I guess Jaden and Justin wanted to have a private conversation, and they figured, alright, instead of going into the bathroom like a weirdo, they went into my aunt's office to sit there and talk. Well, I guess the second Justin got into the door, he walked over to the chair to sit down. He looked out that window, which would take him to the side of the house where the camper is. I'm telling you, I got goosebumps just talking about it because it's that crazy and that scary that I don't know how I'm going to feel being home by myself. And I don't have very many friends that drive that would be able to come over and hang out during the day, every single day. Plus, half my friends are still in school. Well, not half of them, but some of them are. I mean, I do kind of wonder if Dylan would be allowed to stay over for that week, even if he's got work. Because, here's my theory. His shop is only right down here in Stowe. So it's literally only a 5-minute drive to his house, or to the shop from here. So I guess that's a good thing. I could talk to Dylan and maybe talk to his parents and be like, listen, so some crazy stuff happened over the weekend that we didn't really like. I knew my house was haunted, but not this haunted. And see if they would be okay with him staying at the house from that Wednesday to that following Monday. And I would explain to him, like, listen, I know he's got work. He'd be a little bit closer to work. I won't keep him up late, and I will make sure he gets up early for work. To be up, dressed, ready to go, and out that door by the time someone gets here to pick him up. So, I guess that's a good thing, that I can try and figure something out for that. But otherwise, after that, things had gotten crazier. So it had settled for a little bit. Well, he had seen something. I don't know if it was on the roof or if it was just further out. And if it was on the roof, that would have given them the opportunity to be really, really close to the window and to be spotted. Which, I don't know why anybody would try and lurk in those windows, because it's just a room. It's not a popular room that everybody would be hanging out in. You know what I mean? So, as I had kind of sort of pieced together, the creepy thing is if they knew we were all in the basement and they were lurking around, they were already looking in the windows up in the living room. Then they decided to look in the windows in the office. I did not get a chance to completely tell my aunt that they were not just lurking in the windows in the front where the living room is, but they were also lurking in the window where the back porch is in the office. And they can't exactly do that in my, like, they can't look through the windows in my aunt's room because there's nothing for them to stand on or climb up. But even for my niece's window, you wouldn't be able to see, like, you wouldn't be able to see into that window because you'd have to climb, you'd have to physically stand on like a ladder or something. So at first we thought it was somebody that was just messing with us, because it was April Fool's Day, so who knows? I mean, what we found out, it could be true, it couldn't be true. There's no way. Like, I've never physically spotted that kind of figure. Okay, that's a small lie. So, I'm gonna give a small shout out. When I first started watching Hype Mike, like, over and over again, me and Tori, we were sitting in my room and we were watching Hype Mike. She had asked if I wanted to make dinner early, so I got up and I went to go out to the hallway to go upstairs. Well, when my uncle has the humidifier on, sometimes he'll pull the curtain down. At least I hope that's how that is, and it's not just coming down on its own. But anyways, so the curtain was down, and we have a little cabinet in the back corner by the bar. I just, out of the corner of my eye, glanced over and I seen something, and it was a fucking black shadow. It was still daylight at this point. At this point, it was still daylight, and I seen a dark black shadow. Decently tall, scared the shit out of me. I apologize if I get emotional. I already got goosebumps. Like, it creeps me out. Yeah. But I ran back in because it scared the shit out of me. And Tori looked at me, she's like, what? Like, I just seen something in the fucking basement. And at that point, I was just into watching Hype Mike, didn't want to really do anything that they were doing. Like, this was way before, I believe, that we started doing anything for the abandoned places and stuff. Yeah, this happened way before, this happened New Year's Eve weekend. So in other words, that's Sunday. Whatever day it was. I believe it was a Sunday. Oh no, it was that Monday. I forgot, because Tori stayed for an extra day. But she then went and peeked her head out and seen the same thing. I'm like, okay, the fuck? Like, I've slept in that basement. I've never witnessed something like that. And for a little while after it had happened, I think I just let it go because I'm like, alright, it could have just been our mind playing tricks on us. Because we were watching something scary, so it was just our mind playing tricks on us, making us see things that wasn't actually there. After this weekend, I think I'm starting to believe that there was actually something here. And it makes sense. Because even though my uncle was home and he was up in the bedroom, I went upstairs, the TV was on. I came back downstairs, and it shut off. And it creeped me the fuck out, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So at this point, we're upstairs in the wide open area. We're standing in the living room, we're standing in the kitchen, well, sort of standing in the kitchen. I don't think we stood in the kitchen until Jack got here because we were that fucking scared to be near those steps. So yes, we were that scared that we grabbed my nieces and my Nerf gun. Just in case. If it's a ghost, yes, sure, yeah. I don't care if I can kill the fucking thing or not, but I was so fed up with it on Saturday that I screamed at it and told it to leave us the fuck alone. Because it would settle down and then something would happen again. Not even seconds later after it calmed down. So, it got to the extent where we figured, alright, so here's the thing, we could do this. We could be smart, because it's a good way to figure out if something is here with us. I've never seen a spirit open doors or close doors from outside the house. Well, never mind, it could have been from inside the house, now that I'm thinking about it, because you can... So, let me explain from the beginning. So, after seeing it the first time in the front window, he freaked the fuck out, and he came down here, and he sat in the laundry room on the washer. Not even minutes later, he said that the back door quietly and slowly opened. And I'm like, there's no freaking way that opened on its own. That door is hard as shit to open. As is. Like, you have to push to get it open. And if you're opening it from inside, you have a little bit... It's a little bit easier to shut it from outside, and it's a little bit easier to open it from inside. So the fact that it gently opened means something let something else in here, and we had no fucking clue. So after that, I told him, I'm like, listen, calm down, come back downstairs, relax, don't overthink it. And yeah, we were all trying to sit there and be like, alright, is there a possibility that his mom was just fucking with him? That door was fully latched. Nobody walked in that door to come here. Everybody came in the front. Because everybody started to show up after my aunt and uncle left. So I told them, I'm like, alright, you guys don't gotta come in the back door because we're up in the living room. I wasn't gonna make anybody walk in the back door if we were up in the living room. That would have made no sense. Everybody literally came in the front door, as far as I know. I'm not sure where Jack came in at because, I'm not sure where Jack came in at because I was up in the shower. I don't know if he came in the back or the front. And at that point, everybody was upstairs. But I do know that when Josh and Carrie got here, they did come in the back because they walked up the fucking steps and scared the shit out of me and fucking Kate while she was giving me a haircut. By the way, we'll give Kate some pointers here. She did a heck of a job on my haircut. There's some things that, like, if she missed something without even noticing, that I can just talk to my aunt about fixing. But anyways, I personally, so after that, I think I personally wanted to just ignore it. Everybody went and looked around the house, and then we came back in and we went downstairs. Well, they went downstairs. Actually, no. Because after that, I went back downstairs. And then we're all sitting down there talking and having fun and shit. And Katie was upstairs with Stricker and Jaden. Fucking screamed. And started to panic. And we all fucking heard it. And we're like, what the fuck? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sure you can see the tears forming in my eyes. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That is making everybody go insane like this. So I walked upstairs and I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? And Jaden even came out and said he's seen it. And I'm like, alright, that means that Justin's had seen it, Justin's seen it again. Everything got crazy. We then decided to do a seance. I'm gonna start responding through my watch just so I don't gotta pause this. That all happened and went down, and it started to get crazy, and I'm like, I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, all I wanted to do is have a great time, and now all of a sudden that I want to do haunted places and shit like that, and enjoy doing this for my YouTube channel. That just killed it. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure you guys were excited to see the Hotel of Bethlehem, but after the experience in my own house, I don't know if I could ever handle something like that somewhere else. So, to see how things went, to see who was here with us, I am gonna say that I'm terrified. So we did our seance and things got more out of hand. Hold that thought. I have PT at 12:30. Why don't you just come over and hang out? I never a day in my life thought I'd experience what I experienced. So, the first time on my live, okay, so Matt is really the only one. Hold on. That follows me on here. Okay, I really don't know why I have to constantly type my passcode into my watch. Oh, it could be because I'm not wearing it. You gonna be able to get me back here by 12? So, to sum it all up, because if Joss comes to pick me up, I gotta get ready as soon as possible, because I believe she's still at Carrie's. Just experiencing something like that. I do have family on here. I do have one friend of the family and my stepdad on here. If y'all have seen my past videos, I had done a seance here before. I have done it in my room, which was a little bit smarter because we were a little bit more protected. Like, we all could have technically came and sat down here and been a little bit more comfortable, and we would have been protected, at least for the most part. And the stuff that had happened to Kate before had happened to her, but things got a little bit more out of hand. I'm not going to go into detail, but just because it started to scare me and all my friends, and I don't think I could ever want to experience that again. Went upstairs and sat, obviously not in the office, sat in my niece's room after the seance had started. It did not follow us in there. It can't. It cannot go through anything. Plus, we had cross, so it couldn't do anything. It kind of, and it does help, because it helps having that cross at my door. And I will say this, I slept a heck of a lot better last night than I did the night before. But I will say this, things got crazy, so something had been done to Kate. Dylan came downstairs. Or wait, no. Dylan went down on his own while we all sat up in my niece's room, behind closed door. We then so apparently Dylan met face to face with him. And he ended up coming back into the living room and having a conversation. So, found out that Dylan was officially under his spell talking to the devil's son. It wasn't the devil, it was the devil's son. Devil's son had a message for me, but was also here to take someone with, and I'm not. So I had asked the question of, are you here to take someone in this room that is alive, or someone that has passed, that lived here as a resident? So I had asked my grandfather. He said no. And then I had asked my uncle's ex-wife because she died up in the living room, and he said yes. So I don't know if that was the devil's son trying to save me from being so scared to be home by myself because of hearing shit and stuff like that. So he also had a message for me. So Dylan looked and he's like, he has a message for you. And I'm like, and what's the message? I know you guys were excited for this, but it's not happening now. I came in close contact with him already. And I'm scared shitless. I never want to go through it again. He told me, he's like, don't talk about playing Devil's Hide and Seek unless you're gonna do it. So, I'm like, alright, deal. I will stop talking about it. I told him that I would stop talking about it just because we were already having an experience with the devil and the devil's son. So, why would I want to do that after being that close with him already? So,
you can even use it on the weekends. It's a $254 value and yours for only $127. Get it now while supplies last at WIOB.com. And that's what's happening at I-105.
License G89177. Franklin, guys. If your drain is clogged, you need the Uncloggerator. I love that word. No clog matches the Uncloggerator's power. It's a drain unclogging miracle.
And I'm almost done with my live.
And it won't clog again.
Then I'm getting dressed.
Because our guys are good. Your air conditioner can't wait to blossom like the flowers of spring. But before you turn it on, let the guys maximize it. Calibrate it.
So, I'm gonna end it here for right now, but that is how my weekend went. Otherwise, I'm getting my aunt to try and look into getting the Ring cameras just for safer precautions, because yeah, the devil could have also still been messing with us and telling us that it was him, and it may not have actually been him. I don't know, but going through that, yeah. So I'm gonna end the live here. I will talk to you guys later about it even more. When I get back. So on that note, I'm gonna peace out and catch you guys later. So you're sticking on this way.